Hey guys, before this podcast starts, I just want to apologise that it's going up so late. This was recorded the day before Halloween, but due to technical issues that we've been having, I've not been able to edit the video. For the ones of you that listen to them on Spotify, you'll notice that the podcast was up there way before it was on YouTube. Like I said, that's due to technical issues, me not being able to edit the video. I could only edit the audio. But anyway, like I said, sorry for the delay. Let's get into the podcast. We hope you enjoy. We're recording. We're ready. We go.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tea, Crime and Storytime with me, Bethany, and my co-host, Leon.
Hello.
And today is a bit of just a Halloween mishmash of random things.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mixture of spooky and just cool stuff, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what this podcast is. You're the host.
Oh, we're just going to talk about a bit of everything. So, like, from haunted things to whatever you feel like talking about as well. You can jump in as well. I don't mind.
I don't know. I'm kind of just trying to get the. It feels like it's kind of a bit of an echo, but the echo's completely turned off.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what that's about.
I don't know. Anyway, I'll try and get the audio right.
People are going to hear the dog in the background, so for that I apologise.
I don't know. Trixie, behave. Right. Anyway, so what are the themes of this podcast? And what are we talking about today?
So, I want to start it off by talking about something that's haunted.
Ooh, haunted.
Yes. It's not, I don't think it's really that, like, known. It's not one that you hear talked about as much, like, like you hear Robert talk about, Annabelle talk about
I see.
all
I
the
see
time.
over there what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We've kind of got a dog getting mangled up in wires.
She wants to be a part of it.
Trixie, no, you can't. No, she's up like wires. Oh, she's standing on shit.
I want to say hello.
Is everything still going?
Yeah, everything's still going.
Okay. This is going to be an issue if she's going to be jumping up and down.
She just wants to be a part of it.
Sorry for all the distractions at the beginning. For those of you listening on Spotify, my dog has decided to jump up us in the middle of recording and knocking equipment everywhere. Hello, Trixie.
Trixie, very unprofessional.
Yeah, we're trying to be professional here. Meanwhile, I just have a black blob on my chin. There we go. And not my beard this time. Sorry if the camera gets knocked as well for the people on YouTube. If the video even goes onto YouTube. Depends when I can get my software working tomorrow.
But you'll probably be able to hear him in
Anyway,
the
focus.
background.
We're
But
recording for 3 minutes nearly.
I want to talk about Haunted Doll. Like, you hear people talk about Annabelle and Robert all the time, but you never really hear about any of the smaller names. Like, this one I've heard about so many times. And it actually has the same name as my mum.
Yes.
Her name's say my mum's a horror. Wow, okay. Um her name is Mandy. So yeah, she's a haunted doll named Mandy. And she's actually in a museum. She's actually in a museum which I believe is in Canada.
Ooh, Canada.
So I'm gonna bring my laptop over because I've got it on my laptop. Oh god.
Whack the microphone with a straw.
I didn't mean to do that. So she's roughly between from the 1900s and the 1920s. She's kept in a museum. She was donated,
I
and
think
it's
fucking so. She think she would donate it if she wanted.
I don't know if it's a actual like museum for haunted things or
It'd just be like a general horror museum, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know whether it's a Trixie.
Don't work with children or animals.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't ask her because they used to do it.
I don't know.
Well, she was given someone who wished to remain anonymous. It was never like said who this person was. But this person moved into a house where she'd hear a baby crying all the time and it'd echo throughout the house, like radiate through the house. And she went down into the basement and she found in this old bassinet like the doll. And it's from the story, apparently she was crying tears of blood. Yeah. But from the history of the doll, what they've learned, I don't know how they've learned this. It was a young child that owned the doll. What ended up dying, I think it was like of polio or something like that. I don't know exactly what illness it was. What
Did you just guess polio?
I think it was polio from what I've read. When I've looked at this doll. But when she'd go down, she'd find like she'd go around the house looking for this baby crying, but she'd go down and the windows would be open.
Go down where? The
In the
basement?
basement, the windows would be open. Like what weren't
No, hold
open
up. How
before.
the fuck do you get windows in the basement?
Right, in America, because like in Canada and America, they tend to have like
Oh, little shutter windows.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and the windows would be open. So, and it'd just be weird because she'd also move. So it'd be she'd go missing and then she'd return the next morning.
I should probably fucked off for a cup of tea.
So when she ended up going to the museum,
There's some long pauses.
I know I have to think because I've read up. I'm not like reading the whole thing because it's a lot of
A lot of reading.
it's a lot of reading. I am dyslexic, so that's not gonna mesh well. But when she moved to the museum, it was one of them where the caretakers put her in this glass case thing, and they thought she looked lonely, so they gave her a little teddy lamb, and they'd end up going and checking on her, and they'd find the lamp outside the case,
Yeah, I think I've heard of this one actually.
or they'd hear tapping on the glass, or when they tried taking photos of her, they'd the cameras would go funny, or they'd hear the night guards had heard like babies walking up and like, you know like how babies walk at
Yeah.
like that walking up and down the hallways.
Sorry if I look super tired in this video. I am. We're recording this at nearly 1 a.m.
But at one point they did put her with other dolls, but they'd come back and they'd find all the other dolls thrown about. She could not be put with any other dolls. She didn't like it. She wouldn't go on with it. But the person who run the museum, so the main like caretaker, actually often takes her out of the case and goes and sits her in the office and spends time with her. But she's never shown any violence towards people or anything, so it's believed that this little child, which was apparently a baby or like a toddler when they passed, has gone into this doll and it's her spirit living through the doll. And she just enjoys being treated like a child, pretty much. She likes having people spend time with her.
Yeah.
And she has a tantrums. But she's been known to, the caretaker said, she had a sat on her lap while she was doing something on the computer, on the website, completely to do with something else in the museum. And the whole desktop kind of like, like a PowerPoint presentation when it like closes down. Like, when it changes slides and it has like that one where
Fade.
no way, like kind of crinkles up like paper.
Yeah.
To uncrinkle into like another slide.
Yeah. I'm just getting my rag off with my dog. She won't sit still. She's been fine and quiet the entire night.
Yeah, now she decided to back up. And then when it like unravelled itself, it opened a picture of her on the screen.
That seems a little far-fetched for me.
She even said, I swear down, I swear on my own life this happened.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems a little
Because
far-fetched.
she had witnesses as well. There were more than one person in the room with her what seen this happen. And she couldn't understand what caused it to happen.
I don't know.
So, but they never seem to feel a bad presence. They seem to just feel like an innocence around her, like a really innocent presence.
That dog's gonna get put in a fucking cage. Everything's getting knocked all over.
We're gonna have to redo this, I think. Yep, because my dog doesn't plug my headphones.
No, Shannon. We'll plug it back in. I'm not redoing all this. We've been recording for 10 minutes and I don't want to hear the whole doll story again.
Well, you have to put this out then.
Yeah, make it fucking harder when I've got to learn new editing
But
software.
I'm sorry, I can't help that. Because she's being a knob. Are you gonna go in your cage?
Serious, guys. Don't get animals. Or better yet, take this.
But yeah, it was really intriguing to me how you never hear about the ones what aren't evil. And then they went and made a movie about her. And they, like, that doll named Mandy.
No. I know the doll name,
They actually did make a movie about her, but they made it evil.
Well, yeah, 'cause they're not going to make a movie.
Yeah, but I'm like, why take a doll that's haunted and then turn it evil if it's not originally evil, then just leave it. Don't make it into a movie.
What about Annabelle? Was she evil?
Yeah. Annabelle, she was bought as a present for a nursing student by her mother. She was bought at a garage sale.
Okay.
She was like in her 20s, and her mum thought, oh, it's a nice gift. It's like something she probably had as like a kid or something. They had it in the house like a couple of days, and weird things started happening. Like one, I think, with the roommate's boyfriend started getting scratches down his chest, and he was having dreams where she was climbing up him and all sorts, and all this bad stuff started happening. And then when Lorraine and that went, I can't remember her husband's name. What's her husband's name?
I don't know, anyway.
Went to fetch her, she was in the back of the car, and
One
he
pause.
the brakes just didn't work on the car on the way home,
Right, okay.
even though they were fine. She just stopped the brakes working. Like, she's been known to cause accidents a lot. She's literally sealed in a
Got
like
a locked cabinet.
a locked cabinet that's soaked in holy water
Right.
with I think it's a devil card on it out of a tarot card pack.
You should have laid and moved the fucking camera all the way over here.
And then it's every so often they actually have to take her out of her case and re-seal it because they move her into another one which is secure, and then they bless it all over again.
Yeah.
So
What about the Robert doll? Was that evil?
I don't really know too much about that one. I know it was a child was always being blamed for stuff, but he kept saying it was his doll. And then the neighbours would see stuff happening in the home when there was nobody else there. But he's been known to cause bad luck if you go and visit him. If you don't ask his permission before you film him or
Yeah,
take
I think Ozzy
videos.
Osbourne and Jack,
Yeah.
they went to visit him
And
on a.
Ozzy blames a lot of things on the Robert doll. But
I think so. The man's had a lot of bad luck.
yeah, but it's just there's a lot of haunted things in the world. There's a lot of haunted
I'm
places.
telling you, that doll you've got is haunted. Some weird shit has happened since you've had that doll.
No, she's a sweet. I've got. I reckon if there's anything attached to either of them dolls I've got,
I don't think it's anything evil, but weird shit has happened.
well, could you?
Because I'm like,
Um,
right, listen to this. This is true, 100% honest. I swear down on anything you guys want me to, right? We left home. I think I went to see my friend, didn't we?
I think it's Nan's.
Yeah, we visited,
Went somewhere.
went to George's, and then
Yeah, went to George's and then
yeah. Anyway, we came back. Uh, I didn't make the bed because it was a short notice thing. Literally rang up, yo, need you come down such and such time, and we had like an hour's notice, so we had to get ready. I didn't make the bed. All the lights were off. Came home, the kitchen light was on. The bed was made, yet all the doors, windows, everything were locked.
It was weird.
Yeah, the bed was made. The kitchen light was on, and it's weird. And I know I didn't leave a light on. I know the bed wasn't made when we left.
Um, I don't know. Like since we've had that doll
There's been some shit move around as well.
because I've got four little vintage dolls and then I've got two big ones. I keep turning away from the microphone. Then I've got two big ones. And I came in after like going to the bathroom. They're in my glass cabinet in this corner. And I came in, I went to the bathroom, came in, sat in my chair, which is literally just in front of that cabinet. And I noticed that the little ones had moved. And the big one, like my newest one, had turned. I was like, well, that's not how I left him. Because I've got the little one sat in front of my first vintage doll I ever got. And I was like, well, that's not how I left him because it completely moved to the other side of like the shelf they're on. And so I asked Leon, have you moved the dolls at all? He went, no. I went, well, they've moved. Come and have a look. And he was like, well, I've not touched them, so it's just creepy. So I put them back to how they were. And then, like, I could hear like a grinding behind me. And I turned and it moved again. The newest one, it had moved. So we're like facing the TV. I'd faced it, the wall facing this way. The TV's here. And it turns so it facing the TV. So I'm like, okay, then I'm just not gonna keep moving it back.
Yeah, it's sort of moved back, don't it?
Yeah.
Just moved back on its own
I'm
accord.
like, I think it just wants to watch TV.
I definitely think there's something weird about it. My dog does not like it.
Yeah.
Trixie literally, oh god, I'm knocking my microphone over. Trixie will literally sit staring at the cabinet and just growl at it. She does not like that doll.
Well, it is from like the 1930s. It is a this
What's that got to do with me dog growling at it?
Well, it's been through a lot, hasn't it? So it'll have several owners. We don't know what's happened
The doll's
while
been
it's been
through some shit.
around. It has been through like 2 world wars.
Huh? I don't add up, babe.
It does if it's 30s.
No, it doesn't. The First World War was ended in
Well, it's been through a world war.
Yeah, we're gonna say 'cause that ended just before the
Well,
20s.
both of my dolls have been through a world
I
war
think the First World
because
War ended in 1918.
both of my yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
both of my dolls have been through at least one world war because the other one's from like the 1920s, 1930s.
Yeah.
Because it's about 100-year old. Because we got that off the original owner.
Yeah.
Um,
Best eBay purchase, wasn't it?
it was off Facebook.
It was eBay.
It wasn't the first one. It was off Facebook.
Oh yeah, it was off Facebook. The second one was eBay. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Best
it was
Facebook
off. It was off
purchase.
the original owner's daughter. We bought it off.
I know. I remember. I still got the
And
PayPal
she said,
receipts.
"Well, it was my mum's," and I was like, "Well, there's only have one owner. That's insane to me."
Yeah.
So
There's something like, say, some of your Nana's dolls have only had one owner, haven't they?
mhm.
So you don't know if your Nana's had any new dolls.
I know some of them have been new because some of them are from Skeggy.
So there you
None
go.
of them are really, really old. I know a lot of them are from like car boots and
Yeah, I know you keep looking up at one of them up there.
yeah, I've got a vintage Dutch one as well. She's made out of paper mache
Which one's that? The
and
little
cloth.
one?
No, she's the one with the plugs only on.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Did we get that from charity shop?
No, we got it from that antique shop.
That's what I mean, antique shop.
Yeah, the one we got flooded when we had that storm.
Yeah, I know. I wonder if they're gonna reopen that.
Yeah, they will. They're clearing bits out what they can't save.
Oh, we should go and look at Skip.
But it's I don't know. I think a lot of things, especially when you get them second hand,
Especially from like vintage shops, like old shit.
I might. Was that your wrist?
That was my thumb.
Like your wrist? I might.
No,
Well,
that's this. Not
not
quite
picking
picking
up.
up.
No, I think anything you get second hand anyway, you don't know where it's been
Oh,
really.
you want to
So
be careful. If that pepper shaker changes hands, it can become haunted. Start grinding pepper on you in your sleep.
what?
You said anything is second hand could be haunted.
No, I'm
So when I
like,
watch that pepper
for,
grinder might become
for God's
haunted.
sake, Leah. No, like if you buy clothes, because your clothes
Oh,
take the shape of you, or jewelry,
I want to watch it. Oh my god,
or
this jacket's second hand.
oh shut up, or
It's gonna
like
strangle me in my sleep.
can you like people have been known to buy like vintage antique furniture and they've seen like a
Someone sat in
previous
it.
owner in the mirror. Honestly,
Someone's bought a sofa and they've seen something in the
no,
mirror.
like off furniture. I said like like when they've like
Oh, you
bought
said
like a
furniture, yeah.
vanity table, like a vintage vanity table.
Aye, but shit, what was I gonna
We did,
say?
if you remember, when we got that wardrobe.
Yeah, I was just about to say we've had second hand shit that's been a bit
Because we had
fruity.
a vintage wardrobe and things when we first moved in,
Oh, I feel bad that we had
which
to get rid of them.
was we got it for free because the bloke was lovely, bless him.
Ah, he lives just down the
He
road.
lives down that road, and it was his mum's, and she'd passed away. I think it was like a year
Not
before,
long before it went a year, but
or
not long
coming up to a
before.
year, like a few months before, and he was having a clear out, and we seen a woman in the mirror of the wardrobe, and it was just bizarre. It was bizarre to us. Like I think houses can carry energy with people that have lived there, like whether it's ghosts or just remnants of the past.
No, 100% this place is haunted.
Well, the way like the flat we're in now. Before we moved here, there was an old woman that lived here,
She lived in a shoe.
and she died here.
It was just order shit.
Oh, okay. She did end up passing away here because we got told that by the neighbours and her friend that lived up the road.
There's
Because
a lot
she,
of up and down road in this podcast.
yeah,
Travelling all
and
around village.
we've we've had it where we've come in the room and we've seen an old woman sat in the chair, what's in the corner, or
Right.
Leon's been in the kitchen.
Can I just say, right, before this, this whole scene. Spider on your face. It's really good. Before all this, wait, let me look at this. Oh, I thought you did one few legs, but you didn't. Right. Before that, when we very first moved in, and we've been here a couple of days,
Hmm.
and now,
Hmm.
what am I going to say?
And about the dog.
Yeah, we didn't have Trixie then, did we?
No, we'd only been here like a couple of days.
Yeah, we've been here a couple of days, and I hear Tilly, a little Russian spy over there. The way she did.
Yeah.
A little Russian toy over there. She was barking and growling at all, and I get up, right, and I shit you not, I witness her get picked up by her collar and just lifted up in the air, and she's yelping, screaming, and everything.
Yeah.
And I lose my patience. And I say, "Put her back down now," and she just drops down to the
It
floor,
wasn't like just a drop though. It was more like a
like
throw
she got
drop.
thrown to the floor like that. She landed on her side, and I instantly run over, picked her up, brought her in here. Come here, Tilly.
Yeah.
Come and say hello. This one.
So you talking about me?
So yeah, she got picked up and threw to the floor, and instantly after that, like it'd be like a couple of days later, we're like, right, we need to try and cleanse this place as much as possible. So we went out, got some white sage, we burnt it, said a few prayers and stuff,
Yeah.
cleared the place out. We've not had anything that bad since.
No. We've had some
Creepy.
weird things happen.
We've had creepy, we've had weird.
I'm like, end of the day, I'm like, if say the person who lived here for us wants, she chose to stay, I'm okay with that. I'm
Yeah.
happy with that as long as the bad things have gone. That's all I want.
Which I think they are.
I just want us to get rid of the bad things. Anything that wants to live here and live in coexist
with us.
I'll get the words out.
Coexist
with us. What are good and don't mean us any harm is fine. Because from the research I did, this flat park was built in the 80s.
Yeah, 80s. So about what, 40 years ago, 40 some years ago.
So there's been a lot. There's probably been a lot of people come and gone.
Yeah.
And there could have been quite a few people pass away here. We never know.
We don't. But I mean, we've had scary, I'd say, not evil, not bad. I'm like, let's get on to ghost talk, right? Like how we seem to be. Can we talk about your man in the hat?
Oh, that. I don't know what that is. I wouldn't even say it's a ghost. I think it's an entity.
It's something. The man in the hat, honestly. Like a few people I've read online, I've read that a few different people have seen the cat doing.
I don't know. I think it fell.
Have seen a similar thing to what you see. Now describe what you see. I've seen it as well.
Right. It's like it's not a person because there's never any features or anything like that. It's a silhouette, pretty much, of a person in a freaking animal.
It's a person
in a trench coat with a fedora type hat.
A fedora or a bowler?
I don't know whether it's a bowler or a fedora. I don't know. It's like that. One of them sort of style hats. Either way, it could be either. It's hard to tell when it's like a silhouette.
Yeah. It's dark as well when you see him.
And he just kind of stands there, but it's almost like you can tell he's looking at you, even though you can't see his face.
No, he like stands and stares.
Because you know when you can just feel someone staring at you.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about the first time that I seen him.
Okay.
Because there was me, you, and when somebody else there.
I don't know if anybody else there.
You know who I'm talking.
I don't know. I don't know that they were there.
No, that was the second time I seen it. No, the first time it was me and you because I said let's go outside. Don't know. Shuffing hell, dog. You have to jump on everything. Right, Wernix, we went outside after I seen it, or did I just go out alone?
No, I think you went out first and I came out.
Yeah, you sort of followed, yeah. Right, what it was is we were sat in her bedroom and she says something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? And you sort of like got covered up in bed and you said, look outside for me.
Because I can always tell when they're around because it's like I've seen it since being a kid. Everybody's told me I was paranoid or it's my imagination.
Camera's gonna get knocked any sec.
And
Yeah, keep going.
like that I was paranoid, it was my imagination. So I kind of believed it too,
Yeah.
that it was my imagination that I was paranoid. But I think I've always been susceptible, is that the right word?
Susceptible.
Yeah, to spirits and stuff like that. Because I've always seen things that nobody can explain. My mum sees things
Right. Are we
like,
getting sidetracked from the story?
but this I've seen no matter where I've gone, it's sent to follow me, like almost like it's attached to me. But I never feel anything remotely positive. It's just so negative and scary when it's around. So
I
I
mean, we're done
don't,
with that anyway. You can let that time
yeah,
now.
I never feel safe when it's
When it's around.
around.
Yeah. But anyway, so Beth here told me to look out the window, and I look out the window and I just see him, this black silhouette just stood there. And to me, it was sort of looking up, like directly at the window. I couldn't see any face. It was all black, but it looked like he was just looking up like this. And I said to you, who the fuck is that? And you,
And I just like explain. I just said what you were seeing.
yeah, and I said no way. And I grabbed my jacket, run downstairs, and all I heard was your mother. Where are you going? And then you come downstairs and I ran out. And excuse me, that right. I went running outside, couldn't see him anywhere. I literally run all the way to the bottom of the road, looking up each turning, all the way back to the other end, and nothing. Could not see it anywhere.
It just vanished.
It just literally, yeah, just literally vanished. And that was the first time I ever seen it. And the second time we had somebody else with us, didn't we? Huh?
Trying not to like cross mine.
We had somebody else with us, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we all seen it.
Well, it weren't the first time they'd seen it. They'd seen it once before when something bad was happening, and they ended up coming to mine because of that thing happening.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking
But
about.
they was like, oh, I thought I would have seen things. But they just think it's something that feeds off negative energy, and I'm just like, well, it comes around no matter what I'm
We was having
feeling,
a great day. We
no
was just,
matter what's
I mean,
happening.
we've not been together long. We were just having a good day, chilling and watching movies.
Yeah,
And anyway, that time it was like stood like under a lamppost, right? How the hell can something be underneath a light but still be a silhouette like that?
I don't know. That's why I said I don't think it's a spirit. I think it's some sort of entity. This
If you guys have any idea on what the hell this could be, put it in the comments below on YouTube or hit us up on Twitter at TeaCrimeStory. I think that's what I set his new Twitter name as.
this is why I'm like, this is why I try and keep almost like a
Can't check my phone
sort
says.
of like protection and positive thoughts in my head all times. I never try and let anything bad in
Yeah.
because if it is an entity, what's after me, I don't want that to happen because it's never come in the house.
Huh?
I don't think it's come in the house. Well, it's been in the flat once, and we managed to keep it out since.
Yeah, because it was stood at the bedroom door.
Yeah.
And if you notice, not long after, I saw what I call my protective spirit,
Yeah.
which I think is what drove him out the house.
Well, it's not that we saged as well. with
with
sage,
sage the next morning.
and I
What?
said
Let's go on. You finish what you said.
protective
You said a protective spell.
prayer spell, whatever you want to call it.
You're more a spell because you're not religious, whereas I'm
more
not.
spiritual.
You're not spiritual, whereas I'm Christian Catholic. So I say Catholic prayer.
And then it's not been back in the house since. Whether it's been outside, I choose to try and ignore.
Yeah, because what I've read is if you say a prayer that's not for your religion, it's not going to work. So that's why I just say
I don't know.
Catholic
I don't think it matters what religion you are.
No, but I'm just saying I say that prayer for
because
my
I think
protection.
as long as you believe it'll work, it will work. I think it's all a mindset.
Because I did the Catholic prayer when I thought you'd finish with it.
No.
I said the Catholic prayer when me and Goat had that encounter.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to know what that is, go check out my channel. Shameless plug right here. Go check out my channel, Coyote Gaming, and look for the video called Our Encounter, where me and Goat for the Throat explain what we seen. Anyway, let's talk about the first time we seen that man in the hat here. Like, not in the flat, I'm talking outside the flat.
It was stood at the bus stop.
Yeah, we have a bus stop across the road, guys, and it's sort of like more of a turning circle bus stop sort of thing. And he was stood at the side of the bus stop, where, again, under a street light.
He likes street lights. He always stands under a street light.
Apart from one time when I first seen him was stood at the side of your mum's van.
Well, when I was a kid, because I was in the near the back bedroom. It was front of the house, far end of the house.
Between your sister's old room.
Yeah, in my sister's old room. There used to be a big tree there, so I couldn't see anything out the window, so it never really bothered me. But I'd see him every so often, if I was out, or when I was a toddler, I slept in my mum's room. I'd see him outside her window.
Yeah, but did you ever see it during the day, or is it always at night?
I've seen him during the day.
Still no features.
Still no features. I've seen him on bright sunny days, and there's still no features.
That's fucking weird.
But
I don't know if I'm picking up properly on here. I seem to be very quiet.
I can hear you, though.
Yeah, I know that, because I don't know anyway.
But it's one of them where it doesn't make sense to me. I've googled what this could be, and it's not ever made any sense to me. Because there's been people that say, "Oh, it's an urban myth."
Hell no, this ain't no myth.
And stuff. But I'm like, well, what I'm seeing, it's not in my head. It's not an imagination.
My bad.
Jesus Christ, you made me really loud for a second there, didn't you?
I didn't mean to. I'm trying to say it so I pick up.
Yeah, it's not in my head. It's not my imagination. I'm seeing it. Other people have seen it.
I've seen it. The other person that was there that night seen it multiple occasions. I've seen multiple occasions. As I was talking about when we first seen him hit this camera, it's way too high up.
I'm like,
my apologies for the camera being so high up.
I'm like,
but anyway, as I was continuing the story of seeing him here for the first time, what we seen was he was stood across the road at the bus stop. Right, I'm going to talk about both times. Stood across at the bus stop, and he just didn't move. He was staring for what felt like hours.
Yeah, and the bus stop is all lit up.
It's literally all lit up. Hang on. Literally always lit up. That ball of light there is the bus stop. Always lit up. So yeah, you guys now see how lit up it is. He just stood there for hours, not moving. Because I went and I literally stood staring at him for like half an hour, and then we laid down, carried on watching our movie. I sat up multiple times and looked, and it was still there. And eventually, it just disappeared and left. Now, the second time we seen him, he was outside, wasn't at the bus stop, if you remember, under this street light out here.
Yeah, you were really, really close to the flat.
just outside the window, and this
Outside
is
the
the
bedroom
time.
window.
Yeah, this is the time he came in.
Yeah, but I don't know how we got in.
I don't know. It's like some Slender Man shit. This thing seems to teleport. How can you explain it disappearing like that?
I think it's. I don't know. I don't understand it.
I don't understand because we noticed him. I noticed him this time, and I told you because you said, "Oh, I thought I could feel something off."
I just said I feel off. I don't.
Yeah, and anyway, you was sort of like starting to nod off asleep, and I clocked him just in the doorway, and I nudged you, and I said, "It's here." And he was just stood in the doorway, and he was just staring. I stood up and got out of bed, just stood there, like literally almost face to face with this thing, and there was still no features. It was black as midnight, just staring back at me, and then it just disappeared. No trace of it whatsoever.
As weird as
We
it
looked
sounds, I always feel like really cold when
there.
he's like when it's there, like whether it's here or whatever. I don't know. Like when it's there, I just feel really cold.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't long after I. Right, you see, my mum sort of believes in this thing as well as everybody has a protective spirit, and I swear, not long after he left, because my protective spirit also, I say, he wears a hat and like a duster coat, like an old cowboy duster coat, and like it's sort of like a trench coat sort of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, literally, it looks like an old cowboy. Not
Like an
long after,
old John Wayne.
yeah, like old John Wayne sort of
Yeah.
character. Why have you seen it?
No, you've told me about it.
Oh,
I don't know if I've seen it. I
and
think I might.
literally not long after that thing disappeared, we got back in bed. We were gonna go to sleep, and I looked over at the door and I saw him there, and he just looked at me, gave me a nod, and then walked away.
Does he have any facial features?
Who?
Yeah.
Uh,
I've seen something that was like an old cowboy, but he's got slight like facial
yeah, he
features.
does have slight facial
It does
features.
kind of remind me of like John
John
Wayne.
Wayne.
I reckon you got John Wayne is here.
It looks like a young John
It
Wayne.
does. It really does. It weirds me out. but
I love of westerns. He looks
but
like an old John Wayne.
yeah.
Yeah, like younger, like youngish John Wayne.
But this like the a lot of people go, oh, like well my spirit guide's like it's gotta be a relative or something like that. But no, it's not that. It's like it's whatever spirit takes a liking to you.
Fucking hell, I've got John Wayne.
So I'm like in my mum's house there was a little girl that always used to cause mischief a lot. She used to wake my mum up.
Am I allowed to smoke on this podcast?
If you wanna. She used to wake my mum up and my mum used to go downstairs and they'd literally play with my toys and my toys would actually physically move. Like she'd have a tea party in the lot. And once when my half sister were watching us, when she was babysitting us, she could hear a little kid shouting mum. And she went around, checked us all. We was all asleep. And then she could hear giggling.
So we've been recording 40 minutes.
But you could always see it in the mirror. It was like she wore like an old yesterday. She wore like an old, almost like Victorian style, like dress, like that type of clothing. Um, but she always seemed to hang around my mum's room or
Simp.
hang around my mum's room. But when I was a kid, I always used to see her. Always, whether it be in front of a mirror or not, I'd see her.
She's kind of like your spirit
And
guide, protective spirit?
my sister said it was like, oh God, My sister used to think that it was just, like how you have an imaginary friend.
Mm.
That, but I don't think my mum thought that. But
Yeah, your mum believed you. I mean, she's talked to me about it.
we've seen her through the
Yeah.
window at my mum's. Like she's been looking out the window when we've gone out after we've
I've
seen.
seen her looking in the mirror.
Yeah, but we've also seen her when we've gone outside after you've seen Shadow Person.
Yeah, that
She's
night.
been looking out the window.
Yeah, the night I seen the man in the hat.
But
Cat in the hat.
I've
Twat in the hat.
noticed here.
I've not seen her.
I have.
I've not seen her.
I have. Whenever I only she comes around when she's feeling mischievous or when I sense they're there. So I think because I've lived in the house since I was around 2.
It's not why I can't find my bike logbook.
Yeah, she likes hiding things as well. But since I was 2, I lived in my mum's house, which she currently lives in, and I think
address.
she might have took a liking to me.
Oh.
And
yeah.
that because my mum said that she doesn't see her anymore.
No, I think she's gone.
She went, you better not have took her with you because I liked her. But it's one of them, she'll come and poke you.
Oh, yeah.
Or something. Or you'll just see her run her hand down a curtain, try and scare you. But
Chuffy made me jump one night. Your mum's that.
What curtain?
Yeah, well, what were like you were downstairs getting ready because we were going to go to a bike night. I don't know if I ever told you. We're getting ready, getting my leathers up.
Right.
And turn around, check my Senate mirror, getting ready. Next minute, I see this hand shove the curtain out towards me, and I nearly jumped into your fucking wardrobe. I just literally, guys, it's like it was like this, just like that. So the curtain moved behind me.
But it's you've opened the
I've
curtain,
jacked
so
curtain up a little bit.
But it's one of them where I don't know. She didn't take a liking to me because she was always hanging around where I was.
Yeah, and you literally just gone downstairs to go and get ready. I think you're gonna ask your mum for something.
And
checking my leathers out, make sure they're all right, getting my cut ready.
I don't know. She used to play peekaboo behind doors as well a lot. And I don't know. I still sense presence a lot.
I've got something we could talk about as well. What? The first time we did a spirit box at your mum's house.
Oh, that was a bad idea. It's a bad idea doing spirit boxes.
I love doing them. Alright, I do them. I still do.
You should always sage afterwards and make sure you cleanse.
Sorry if you're watching this, Beth's mum. I still do them.
I think you should cleanse everything and make sure everything. Oh, I do everything to possibly close everything.
Yeah, you do. I don't always. Sometimes you've been in bed and I've done them.
Yeah, actually, not
bad. But yeah, the first time we did a spirit box over at your mum's, we was.
Our mum's house is very, very active.
Very active. We was very stupid.
I wasn't a fan of doing it.
Your idea. I said, oh yeah, I found this spirit box thing.
I wanted to do it, but I knew my mum would get pissed off.
She didn't get pissed off because she didn't know about that time. She got pissed off at the time we did it with the haunted doll. Go again on my YouTube channel, Coyote Gaming. Go find we did a spirit box with the haunted doll, or just spirit box with the haunted doll, I think it's called. And you'll see it. Honestly, creepy as shit happened. But let's go back to the first time first. We was what was it? It was just a random idea I had, wasn't it? Let's do a spirit box.
We was watching Ghost Investigations.
Yeah, what was we watching now?
I don't know. I can't remember what it was. I think it was that Help My House is Haunted.
No, because we started watching that here.
Did we?
Yeah.
What was it? I think it was Portal's Tale.
It was either Portal's Tale. Yeah. Jack Osborne's Night of Terror with Kelly on that ship.
Yeah, that one.
We watched that. That, if you can't tell, we're a big fan of the Osbornes.
Yep.
Yeah, Ozzy, the whole lot of them. You're more.
I'm pretty sure it's Kelly's birthday today. Was it yesterday?
It'll not be today. It's just an half on the morning.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I'm not sure. I've seen a post about it. like on Facebook. I think it was yesterday.
Might have been yesterday, but anyway, we was watching that. And I said, "Hey, why don't we do a spirit box?" And I got this app. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want, unless people want. Shall I?
Being paranormal.
SP Paranormal. Get Spirit Box 7, something like that. Either way, right? We was doing that. It's an app. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, apps don't work. It's a load of shit." But this, honestly, we both believe George has witnessed the things we've heard on that, and
Yeah.
we've got Goat for the Throat as a witness as to what we've seen. Goat for the Throat Gaming, our friend George. You might want to yell at the cat. He's clawing the wallpaper.
He didn't go as far out.
All right. Anyway, he's seen the stuff. He's witnessed us do this.
What's he looking at?
I don't know. He's playing with the door. Focus. We're doing a podcast.
Sorry.
Anyway, we were just going through the spirit box, and we had names of family members that have passed on.
Mm.
There's one man that's haunting me. I swear, every time we do it, his name comes up.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, we was doing a spirit box, and we had like family members and people we know's voices come through as well. And
they sound very similar, at least. Anyway.
Yeah, very very similar. And we was doing away, and then it said, I tried talking to it when you were talking perfectly fine, happy to talk to you. I said something. It said, "Leave, go away, go home."
It didn't want you there.
No,
Something
it said,
didn't
"Get
want you there.
out." And I was like, "No," and it said, "Leave, bitch." Then
It's one of them where
I'm like, "Who was it coming through? Freddy Krueger with the bitch?"
I don't know. Everything. Things at my mum's house were really protective.
I just don't think they're like me.
They were protective.
But I think the longer and more time I spent at your mum's, they got used to me.
Yeah.
Because they sort of got a bit protective.
I don't know. They are protective.
Because, well, anyway, we did that, and then you got grabbed, didn't you? You felt something grabbing your wrists.
No, they were grabbing my hands, and my hands turned blue.
Yeah, that was at your hands. He was grabbing her hands until her hands turned blue, and I literally started yelling, "Get off her, leave her alone." And then we ended it. The spirit box, we said goodbye, and that was that. Up until things died down a bit after that, didn't they? Up until I had the brilliant idea of going to that abandoned chapel.
I had a fit. I ended up having a seizure.
Yeah, after we did the chapel, yeah, because we went to this abandoned chapel not too far from where I grew up, and we went there. It literally wasn't too bad. I felt a few things like something putting the hand on me, or something like breathing down my neck. I felt a few things, nothing major, just your basic haunting sort of things of buildings.
Just felt so ill.
Yeah, you felt really ill in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, we need to leave. I can't stay in here.
The recording got cut short that day. We went home, and things started acting a little weird at my mum and dad's place, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because there was banging on my door opening and closing itself.
Even when we moved back to my mum's, there was still weird things because we had 3 knocks on the door that woke us up.
Yeah, but I was just saying about the things at my dad's first before we got to that. But yeah, my dad's, there was like the door opening itself, slamming itself shut, and I had a chain on my door and a screw in the jaw to sort of like lock my door because I didn't have any locks or anything on my door. So that started swinging. My fan started falling over.
Yeah, clock from across the room.
Yeah, my clock went flying because I had this little, the orange one, weren't it?
No, it was the
projector one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the projector one, weren't it? Yeah. Yeah, my projector clock, it literally shines the time on the ceiling or the wall, wherever you point it. That literally just went flying off the table. And we thought, you know what, we was going back to your mum's anyway, weren't we, for a bit? Sorry for that. So we went back to your mum's, and a couple of days were quiet for like a day. And then the next day, we heard 3 knocks on the door, loud as anything. We were fast asleep. And these 3 knocks literally almost made us jump out of bed.
It did make me jump. I never thought of it.
Yeah, I did. I jumped out of bed, like literally sprung up out of bed, opened the door. I thought it was one of your brothers, didn't I?
Yeah, because it was like really loud.
It was really loud playing this
It
game.
was like similar to how my brother knocks.
Yeah.
My brother knocks really loudly. It like bang, bang, bang.
Which brother?
Pip.
Alright, so we're saying names on this one.
I've already said my mum's name. So.
Yeah. So I literally went in and went, hey, did you just bang on the door? And no, I've been in bed the entire time, right? So I go downstairs and I'm like, asking your mother if something banged on, fell over. No, everything's been quiet. Why? What's wrong? So I explained we just heard 3 knocks on the door. Your mother's response to everything is just, oh, right, okay.
Alright.
So went back upstairs, got back in bed, thought nothing of it.
I was just like, what?
Because I was like, I swear I was dreaming until you said you heard it as well.
I should have come in.
Yeah. But it was weird. And then obviously we did the spirit box with the haunted doll not long after that, which was another big mistake. That's not picking up on the microphone now, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. What it was someone I was friends with
At the time.
At the time, yeah. Went and gave me a doll, claiming she didn't have any room for it, saying it would she never had any problems with it, this and the other.
Yeah.
We had it.
My ass.
It started standing up on its own. It started doing all sorts.
Well, what it was is we put it in the chair, like a doll's car seat, weren't it?
It was a doll's rocker chair.
Doll's rocker chair, yeah. You went to the toilet. I helped you along to get to the toilet that day. He was having a bad day.
Yep.
And we come back in the room, and I literally see it stood up, and then just flop back to the floor as if like, oh shit, you've seen me. Flop back to the floor.
So I literally just chucked it in the bath.
Yeah, we literally grabbed it, threw it in the bath. Like, no,
like,
not today, Satan. And we came back to bed, thought nothing of it.
But it was weird because it was a blonde, coloured haired doll when we got it.
Yeah, and its hair just got darker and darker.
It started changing my colour, which is like an auburn.
Like an auburny, gingery colour.
Which was really weird, it was almost like draining energy off me.
And we was like, the first thing we actually noticed before it stood up, I put it on the bed, and there was a teddy, that rabbit teddy, and I put that at the bottom of the bed, didn't I? They were away from each other.
It weren't even on the bed, it was on the ottoman.
On the ottoman at the bottom of the bed. And came back in, and the rabbit is at the side of the doll at the top of the bed. And I'm like, I swear to God I didn't put this here. So I move it again, put it back where it was. We left the room because it was in the bath. I came in and I told you, I'm like, yo, this doll's moving shit. And came back, the rabbit was at the side of the doll again. And then we put it in the chair, and it stood up, fell over, and we could swear we could hear someone talking at night.
Yeah. And tapping as well.
Yeah, there was tapping,
It's not picking up.
It's not picking up, it will do though. What the fuck? It was tapping Alright, the microphone's just not wanting to pick anything up.
You know, when someone's tapping on a desk?
Yeah, it's like a knocking sort of shit.
Or on a wall or something. It's really annoying. And it just continue. So we just your mum said, "Oh, I'll have it. I'm not bothered."
Yeah, we gave it to my mum and nothing's happened. Well, the spirit box that we did with the doll. Let's talk about that real quick. Because there was several things that was repeated. There was your name repeated, like Beth, Bethany, Beth. There was baby, doll, and things like that were repeated a lot. And the colour red, which it was wearing like a red cardigan sort of thing.
It weren't a dress.
What?
Wearing a dress.
No, it had a red cardigan on.
It had a red dress on as well.
Yeah, I had a red dress and a red fucking cardigan, so I weren't wrong technically. Were I? And it was wearing red, so it kept saying red. And the thing that made us want to turn the spirit box off, you remember?
The whole Bethany.
Yeah. As plain as day, literally, it just went, Bethany.
And I was like, nope.
And I was like, that was it.
I don't know why. It seems to be every time you do a spirit box, they're always asking for me. They never want to talk to
Yeah,
you.
and it was like a playful sort of like, Bethany. Like, we know you're there, talk to us.
Because I don't tend to like to speak.
No, that's more of my lane, innit?
But they won't talk to you.
No, they don't like talking to people. The fuck are undetermined.
They literally just go, no, we want Bethany. We
Yeah.
trust her. And I'm like, I don't get why.
And the spirit box we did here, I think, was Goat here for that one? Was George
the
here?
last one we did.
What, where it says protect?
Yeah, it says protect her.
I think we're doing a bit too much talking about things.
I'm not going to check.
No.
Why?
Shout her.
Trixie! Trixie! Baby, what's the matter?
That was weird. My dog just started barking and I could swear I heard knocking in there.
It was her banging about.
No, I heard straight up knocking.
Oh, it's that woman at the window again.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's just finish this, yeah? When Goat was here, she's not impressed with something in
No
there.
oracles. I wanted to check.
Oh, I can't get past the microphone. Can't turn.
Pause it.
No, because the fucking camera.
We'll edit this out.
No, just keep talking about shit. Sorry for this, guys. I'll be back shortly.
So what am I editing out? What am I talking?
You're talking about like spirit box.
Yeah, we've done a few spirit boxes here. And one of the last ones we did was with George, Go Pro Gaming. And it kept saying how you wanted to protect me, and I couldn't understand why. I still don't understand why. What?
I'm sleeping in here tonight.
Why? Why?
No. This is. I understand why she was barking
What's
now.
she barking at? She keeps coming to this window as well.
There was nothing outside. Put it that way.
What's she barking at then?
There was definitely something in that room.
What is it?
You know we got a lot of stuff under the bed, right? Yeah? Got a lot of shit under the bed, yeah?
Why is only one side of me working?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
So I just went in there and I don't know why I bought my sweets back in one day and left them over there. I seen someone crawling under the bed.
Okay. Sit down.
Like, I shit you not. I saw a foot crawl under the bed. Like commando crawling under the bed.
Well, they'd have to find the girl to get underneath that bed. Sorry, the dog's like, she's trying to
Like
help me.
a jet black foot, like shoe. Like a boot. Commando crawling under the bed.
I don't know, now she's back playing with the cat.
Yeah.
Which you'll probably hear the cat. And her.
Anyway, we were saying, what did you say while I was gone?
I said how we did a spirit box when George was here.
Yeah.
And they were saying how they want to protect me, but I don't understand why they
I
said
don't know.
that.
This must protect her.
So unless it's got something to do with that entity or whatever it is that we see.
It could do. Could be about that. Could be about nothing at all. But anyway, we've been recording for an hour. I don't know how long you want this episode, but I can't be putting up with the dogs much longer.
I don't know. But I don't know. It's one of them where I don't think there's anything in the house that is going to hurt us.
I don't know.
Because
you don't know what would come into the house at the
but we've
moment.
not opened anything to have anything come into the house. Or have you? This is why I can't leave them alone for 5 minutes, honestly.
I've done a few spirit boxes without you.
When?
After the whole encounter me and Goat
Oh,
had.
you shouldn't have. You know you shouldn't have.
Because there's been times where you've gone to bed and I was still in here.
Well, you know how I feel about it. It brings energy back for me, and I don't like that.
Yeah, we've not had anything happen really since. But
we've had women knock on the window.
That's actually what I wanted to talk about next, because I think we're running out of topics here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Let's stop the dog first.
A few weeks back, we was laid in bed watching a film.
No.
What was we doing?
You was watching a film.
Yeah, I was
on
watching
Xbox.
a film. He was on his Xbox playing a game.
I was playing with. I think on YouTube I'm calling him Bagpuss. You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah. He was playing with your cousin.
Playing on Xbox, I was with my cousin and Goat for the Throat Gaming. We was playing GTA 5, just cruising around, having a bit of fun. And next minute, I hear
like proper loud banging.
That picked up like really loud, like punching on the window.
On the window.
Now,
and
I thought originally it was my friend who lives up there.
Yeah.
I originally thought it was him because he's the only one who knocks on the bedroom window. So I jump up. I just put my cigarette out before I got up. Jumped to the window, and this woman stood there. And I was like, who the fuck are you? Thinking in my head. You didn't really see her, did you?
I seen bits of her. I didn't really see her as such.
And
but she said how she knew our dogs.
Originally, it was, can I borrow a lighter? First of all, how does she know I smoke? There's no smoking paraphernalia around anywhere. No tobacco pouches, no lighters, nothing laying around. She says, hey, mate, can I borrow your lighter a minute? And I was like, what the fuck? I had to climb down, grab my lighter. I was like, yeah, sure, you can use my lighter. And my dog was barking. I mean, seriously. Not how she was there, like, more
Well, she does
aggravated.
anyway. She barks at anybody who's new because she's got anxiety.
Yeah, but she calmed down really quickly as if she knew her.
Which was really unlike her.
Same with her. She stopped as well.
And I'm the only one with my breed of dog.
Yeah,
in this general area.
Russian toy terriers are rare in England anyway.
Yeah, I've not seen many.
I've only seen two other. One was at a dog show. And
one... They're both at dog shows.
Yeah, one was at the
was it
Crufts.
The same dog show?
No, one was at Crufts and one was at the Chuffing.
Oh no, we've seen a few at Crufts and then we've seen two at the same dog show, 1 and 2, because
yeah. There was puppies there as well.
They decided to insult my dog and I was not impressed. Oh, she didn't hold her ears up right. I was not impressed.
Anyway.
But yeah, there's nobody around here that has a dog that even looks like my dog. So she said, oh, I know these dogs. She knows me.
They're not going to hurt me. They both know me. Now, everybody who's ever met my dog originally thinks she's a boy. She doesn't have a pink collar or anything like that. She's got a half-choke collar. And her size and everything sort of...
Sorry, I'm yawning. Because she's a staffy type.
Yeah, she's a staffy cross. and they instantly think she's a boy. Nope, she knew straight away. Oh, these girls know me. And I was like, how the hell do my dogs know you? I said, no, they don't. She says, oh, I've met her before. I said, no, I've had her since a puppy. She said, I know you have. I was like, what? I've never met this woman in my life. Never seen her before.
And she said how she was here
Yeah, she said, oh, I was here the other day.
with my friend.
With
I
my
visiting my
friend.
friend. And I'm like, I've never seen this woman in my life, so I'm not a friend.
Yeah, she literally said, I was here visiting my friend.
And I'm like, I don't know who this friend is.
I was like, have you sure you've got the right address? And she says, yes.
Oh, sorry. I gotta put that out. I'm sorry.
No shit, I've got to put that out. She just straight up said where we live.
Sorry. She was like, yeah, this and this address.
Shut up. She said yes, and then proceeded to say the area we live in. I said, yeah, that's right. And then she proceeded to say the address. I says, yes, but she says, you've not been living here that long.
You thought she said a different address though.
Yeah, I thought she said
A different number.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a number she could have said, but without giving ours away, it's hard. And I originally said, oh, no, that's further on. And she said, what, you sure? Number. And I said, no, that's this address. Yeah, I know. I was here visiting my friend. She says, you've not lived here very long. I says, I have. I says, we've lived here 2 years. No, right, because I was here with my friend the other day. And the other day to me means a couple of days before. A couple of days previous was when the bed was made and the light was on.
Yeah. It was really weird. It was a very weird situation. Well, a lot of people had it. She was really calm
Yeah, she was
with
calm. She
us,
wasn't aggressive or
but a lot of
anything.
people had it, like in our area. And someone said, "Oh, she was banging, screaming, let me in, let me in." But
She was calm, talkative, and everything
she
with
was
me.
fine. Like she knew us. She was talking like we'd known each other ages. But it was one of them where
She had a hospital band on her
yeah,
wrist.
she had a hospital band on and a black eye, and I was concerned. I was like, well, we should have called someone. She just walked off,
I didn't get a chance to say anything. She just walked off.
and I was like, we should call someone. And you were just like, I don't know what to do because she just walked off, and you didn't even know where the hell she'd gone.
No, she literally was
So
sent to get to corner and then disappeared.
I went on Facebook and I put up a post in our area's Facebook page and said, if anybody's seen this woman in the description, because there's a woman going around knocking on windows. She's claiming she knows my dogs and us and that a friend lives here. When we've never seen this woman in our lives. And it's just a bit peculiar. So I thought I'd just let everybody know. And someone did. Someone else had her. They messaged me on Facebook and they said, oh, they had her, and they ended up ringing the police because they refused to answer the door to this person. She was full on banging on the door, like aggressively banging on the door,
And
screaming, "Let me in!" And the police came and fetched her, and it turns out, from what the police said, she wasn't even from our area. So we don't know how
she got here or anything
she
because
got
there was no
here.
buses running.
Or,
It was 2 a.m.
yeah, it went. It was 3. It was around 3 a.m.
All right then. Sorry, I got the hour
Um,
wrong. It was early hours in the morning.
yeah, there were no buses running.
Yeah, the last bus runs round here at what,
She was in it.
11:30?
She was in the dramas
Yeah, she was in a Jarmas hospital band.
in a dressing gown,
I
and I'm
mean,
like, she must have been freezing.
if
But
you walk from the nearest hospital from here,
her
it's
face weren't red or anything. She couldn't have been out in the cold for too
no,
long.
her face had been red, her lips had been turning blue at that
So
time.
I'm like, she must have took a taxi to where we are
I don't know. I
or
mean,
something because
if you think about it, the night before I went out because there was that dog running around. I was freezing when I got back.
yeah, but I'm like, that was only like up the road,
Yeah, I only walked up the
and
road.
you were like, your face was red when you got back in because you was freezing. It was like the same temperature that night. So
Yeah,
unless she got a taxi, which literally dropped her outside of our flat,
yeah, she
why
didn't.
weren't the face red?
She didn't bang on any of the windows. She didn't bang on number one's window,
But
number number two's window,
no,
or anything like that. She just banged straight on ours.
would you have to go past theirs to
No, you
get
have
to
to go
ours
past. Yeah,
when you
two
come in
and
this
four.
way?
2 and 4 are above us.
But it's just like other people had him go to the window and
No, there was all door. Everybody else
yeah,
said
everybody
door.
else said door, and someone caught her on their CCTV.
Yeah, which
But
we don't have CCTV this side, so no, nothing is a quarter.
it's weird. It's a really peculiar situation. Well, I don't know. I think she was just really confused, and I hope that she was taken care of
Yeah,
and got any
it
help
was
she
just
needed.
weird how she knew. How could she say she knows these dogs? And knew a friend that lives here.
Yeah,
I mean, I hope it was just a confusion thing, and because if not, that'd be really, really strange, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I think that's what it was.
I don't know, but
I'm hoping that she got the help she needed.
yeah, this podcast turned into a bit of a ramble, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry you're gonna have to edit
Yeah,
it. I
but
didn't mean to mess up.
trying to think what else there is to say. I don't think there's anything else, is there?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything.
Got any other topics you want to talk about before we end this podcast? Because otherwise, we're going to be ending it on a story.
I don't know. Like, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Like, we've talked about just random encounters. We've talked about ghosts and hauntings.
I think I've told you this story of like one of my first ever like scary encounters I had growing up. I 99.999% sure it was a ghost.
Oh, what the little
It's a little girl.
Yeah.
So what it was, I mean, I'd have been about 9, 10 years old, something like that, and I had this dream. Now, there was this little girl. I think she was what did I say she was wearing?
I think it was a yellow dress.
A yellow dress, yeah, with like pink flowers on it. And she just stood at the bottom of my stairs in this dream, and we was all going around this day as if she wasn't there, like nobody, only I could see her, sort of thing. And I was literally stood staring at her this entire dream, and she just looked at me, and we just made dead eye contact for like 90% of this dream, and everybody was just going around her as if she wasn't there. And I wake up the next morning, I'm like, damn, that was a weird dream. And I look out my window as I was getting dressed, ready for school. I look out the window and stood just at the side of my dad's car on the driveway was a little girl in the exact same dress, stood up stood looking straight at my window, smiles, waves, and then walks away. And I went downstairs and said to my dad, I said, he was sat in his chair and he could just see the driveway from his chair at the time. And I said, Dad, did you just see that little girl stood on drive? He says, what girl? There's no one there. I've been sat here the entire time. She's not there. No one was ever there. I was like, that was my first creepy encounter. And I've never forgot it to this day. And I've been around 10 years old.
I don't know. I think in like somehow like everybody's had some sort of encounter with this, whether they choose to acknowledge it.
Oh, I had a scary encounter at one point. Did I tell you about the one sat in the corner of my room?
Yeah.
Like rocking back and forth in the corner of my room.
Yeah.
Well, I had the small box room at my dad's house. And there was like this little corner where it was like a wardrobe, and then my like box thing, like storage box, went to a corner like that. And I was laid in bed asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night to get a drink, and I look in the corner of my room, pure black figure with like long straight hair, like straight up out of a horror movie shit.
Or like the ring.
Yeah, just sat there rocking back and forth. It was just pure dark figure, just rocking back and forth, back and forth. And I shut my eyes. I'm like, please don't be there, please don't be there. Open my eyes, and it's still there. And I like rolled over, Like literally curled up in my blanket, rolled back over because I'd only been like 12 at the time. Rolled back over and it was gone.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that one was weird.
I don't know. People write stuff like that down to sleep paralysis. If you can move, there's not sleep paralysis.
Oh, I moved. I rolled over. I was like, nah, 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 nah.
So it's just it's weird, and I think there's a lot to the world more than we realise. There's more stuff out there than we realise because end of the day, our bodies literally just shells. So who we are is in our body.
Yeah.
So what happens to that when we do pass? It's like, do we stay or do we move on?
Should I stay or should I go now?
Copyright. It's one of them where I think it's you have to make that choice, don't you? Because I'm like, if you've got no unfinished business, you easily move on. But if you're not ready to move on and leave Earth and your loved ones, then you'd probably choose to stay.
Well, that was deep as fuck.
Well, it's true.
I'm too tired for deep thoughts right now. It's 2 a.m.
But yeah,
Don't know why we decided to record a podcast at like 20 to 1 in the morning.
I don't know. I don't know how we choose to do most things.
Happy Halloween, everybody, because it's technically Halloween right now.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Have a spooky time.
Well, I think that about draws it up this podcast.
Yep.
To you.
Okay, guys, that's it for this podcast, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry it was a lot of rambling and random stuff.
Yeah, we didn't really have a backbone for this
No.
podcast. No plan, really.
No, but hopefully it turned out alright and you enjoyed listening if you're listening on Spotify, or enjoyed watching if you're watching us on YouTube. But if you liked it, feel free to give us a like
Or a follow
or a
if you're on
follow
Spotify.
or a comment off if you're on YouTube on what you want us to talk about next. Give us some ideas because we're always looking for some ideas, whether it be crime, like crimes or Reddits or anything really.
We'll pretty much do a podcast on anything.
Yeah, I'm always there, ready to figure out something new and learn about something new. So whenever, like, whatever you think of, just drop it in the comments. Why not?
Yeah.
So that's it for this one, guys. And hope you enjoyed.
Thank you for listening.
And have a good Halloween. Stay safe out there. Have fun. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.